So who was your favorite player growing up?
I think growing up, my favorite player was Manny Ramirez because he's always out there having fun. So I'd have to say Manny.
So as a middle infielder, would you rather start the double play or turn it?
I feel like as a middle infielder, you're always told it starts on the front half. And so I always want to make sure that it gets going the right way, I guess. So if anything, I'd rather make sure we're getting the first one done.
What was the best piece of advice you ever received?
I think that in reference to baseball, that it's just a game, but I think outside of that, I think if you're not staying true to who you are day to day, then the real life world will definitely eat you alive.
If you weren't a baseball player, what would you be?
I might be a YouTuber. I do that part-time. I enjoy, news, sports stories and stuff like that. So I would probably write some stories and, because I'm also a baseball nerd myself. So always looking to know everything about the game. So maybe something in sports or broadcasting maybe.
Who's a pitcher you want to face someday?
I mean, obviously they got a bunch of elite arms in the game. I'd want to see how real Shohei's 100 is, and obviously DeGrom, that'd be such a great, competitive at bat. But also there's a lot of friends I went to school with. One in Brandon Young, he plays for the Orioles. I really want to face him in pro ball.
Which of your teammates has the best hair?
Best hair, I like Coca's hair because I think Coca's got he can go fro, he can go with the rose. I got the fro. I can't do the rose though. So I'd have to say Coca's got the best hair.
What's a place you've always wanted to visit?
I like I've always wanted to see Australia. Kinda. I've heard Australia's got it's really pretty and they got a lot of crazy animals and stuff that you probably won't be able to see in Louisiana. So I'd probably say Australia maybe. Which
is more fun, getting the walk-off hit or scoring the walk-off run?
Oh, you got to get the hit. Yeah, you got to get the hit.
So we're about 1 year now into your affiliated pro, or about halfway through your first year of affiliated pro ball. How does that experience compare to what you expected?
I expected it to be a grind, and I expected it to be a huge amount of learning experiences. To be honest, I didn't expect, to be, to learn as much and, as early as early as the season is. I would be lying to tell you that I was expecting to face this much adversity, but that's been the greatest blessing is this first half of the season is I'm really getting to test myself day to day. And that's what pro baseball is about. It's over the course of a season, how are you handling things? And, for me, it's been a real joy to be able to go out there with a bunch of guys who are, committed to their craft and, they make me better every day.
It's been about 1 year now since you were drafted. If you could go back and give a piece of advice to yourself, what would it be?
Keep going. I'd have to say sometimes that I can be too much of a perfectionist or, at that time, I think, last year during this time is when COVID was kind of in full swing and we weren't really allowed to go necessarily go get as much work as we were supposed to do. So, we kind of went all in on the game in the off season. And, one bit of advice I'd give to myself is, slow down, make sure you're appreciating the things you do well. That's one thing that, these days is something I need to be better at is appreciating good work. And then that's one thing I would tell myself, take it day to day, but appreciate it. As much as it is a grind, it is something to be grateful for.
Your calling card this year has been your plate discipline, drawing a lot of walks. Has that always been a big part of your game?
Yeah, I've been a switch hitter my entire life. And, ever since I started doing that when I was 9, my ability to see pitches always felt like was much better. I was a natural right hitter once I started baseball when I was 3. But switch hitting has really helped me out a lot as far as, seeing breaking pitches longer and whatnot. But, plate discipline is definitely something I take pride in every game. I want to make sure I'm swinging at pitches that are going to give me a chance for long-term success. So,
what's it like having to try to maintain 2 swings as a switch hitter? Obviously, you said you've been doing it your whole life, but there's got to be some extra work that goes into that.
Certainly. It as much as it is an extra advantage, it does require extra responsibility and work. So from day to day, it is a constant grind to get one as good as the other, or sometimes you have to make an adjustment here and there. And I think that's just what allows me to have fun during the game. I'm able to actually make adjustments and, truly work on two different swings is, one is hard enough in this game. And, I'm fortunate to have the opportunity to try to learn both.
You've used the word grind a few times already today. I know it's been, kind of a long season to this point, and you're a guy who's, really active out on the field. You play a middle infield position, you're diving for balls, you're stealing bases. How are you feeling at this point?
I'd have to say better than I assumed I would. I think when we started spring training, when we first started playing those 9-inning games, I felt sore, but I think it was just because we hadn't played 9 in a while. But honestly, after you get all of that. I think your body adapts really fast. And for all of us, this is all we do with our entire lives anyways, play baseball. So for me at this point, I'm grateful for how well my body's holding up, and I do feel good though.
So you mentioned being a YouTuber before. I wanted to ask you about your YouTube channel. How did that come about?
Yeah, I was in my first summer in the Cape. I think we had an off day, and my dad was always into sports media. My dad was a broadcaster himself, so he was always good at making videos and stuff. And I think I wanted to document one of my days in the Cape Cod, and I ended up uploading that video, and it got so much love, and so many people were actually interested, more than I thought. And then once I ended up getting sort of a handle of the editing process, it became a lot more fun for me, and able to connect with a lot of people around the world. So that for me, it has grown into a platform that's international, and I can reach kids in different backgrounds. And so that's, for me, that's all I ever wanted, was a platform that helped kids everywhere. And, also grateful for that.
Any plans for your next video?
I actually have a vlog, one of our road trip videos I've been working on. It takes a while to edit, and then we got all these games. So sometimes it's hard for me to muscle up the energy to go get after it behind the computer, but that's part of it.
So I got to ask you, occasionally we get guys whose walk-up songs are older than they are. We don't usually get guys whose walk-up songs are older than I am. How did you end up with Earth, Wind, and Fire as your walk-up song?
I'm kind of like an old soul. Like, I like old music. I like, I'm kind of like a classic. I like old movies. I like whatever. So my walk-up song, I feel like, is real fitting for me. Like I can't have my walk-up song be something that, like, I don't really like get down to. So that's what kind of music that really gets my heart pounding and makes me excited and happy.